Alright, welcome to part 1 of a new series that I'm starting. That's my, Canada, and, Kaiserreich. I'm Spawn John, thank you very much for watching. Okay, so, one thing that, you'll immediately notice, for those of you who are, subscribers, I don't have a face cam over here, and that's simply because I'm trying something different that will hopefully help, my video quality a little bit more. We'll see whether or not it does, though. In a prediction, I predict that it might. I'm not very sure whether or not whether it would or wouldn't, but there you go. All right. Well, first things first. We gotta address the question of how am I going to retake my islands? Well, hopefully, some national foci will help me out with that. I did set up the strength bar to 3 on Canada, and I also set up the strength bar to 3 on France proper. So we'll see how that goes. Anyways, I'm fairly excited for this series. Alright, if you want to read that, you can. You don't even have to pause the video to read that, like I normally have people do. Alright, 3, 2, 1. So, we'll see. I really hope that whenever I forcibly take New England, that the United States will declare war on me, because I can use the extra land. And if I'm lucky, the Kaiserreich developers will, what am I trying to say here? That's right. The Kaiserreich developers will have made it to where you can core the United States' lands. It would make sense because of the fact that the USA speaks English also. Of course, it would probably take a very long time for you to core their lands if they were to make it like that, and, you know, make it pretty realistic. Anyways, if you want to pause the video and read that, you can in 3, 2, 1. So there you go. Uh-oh. Yeah, they got it. That's fine. One thing we should see happening, hopefully, is India will have retaken its lost lands. That will help us in our efforts to retake Britannia. Anyways, if you want to pause the video and read either of these, you can in 3, 2, 1. Oh, they want me to join their war. Why not? It's become apparent to me that either one, the mod developers either one intended on just simply having the Commonwealth represent, you know, whoever's in the alliance, and also France, or 2, they're representing a more independent Commonwealth. Either way, pretty cool. Which would completely make sense because of the fact that you'd imagine that, you know, whatever ties that they have left with each other are very loose. So there you go. Anyways, I gotta check something real quick. Good. Alright, another thing that I did was I made it to where I automatically had these right here, simply because of the fact that I want the recruitable population factor. It will basically, I don't want, okay, so there, as many of you may know, there are a whole lot of mods that make it to where the recruitable population factor in non-core states are increased. Well, instead of having a mod do that, I simply just will automatically do those on that tree itself. And if I want to go down that tree, well, guess what? I get 2, you know, ways down for the price of 1. Anyways, if you want to pause the video and read that, you can in 3, 2, 1. I love that. It's no more than the Romanians walking in their own backyard. It's great. Alright, so the king is dead, and now all hail Edward VIII. Let's go ahead and do the king's speech. Let's go and read this too. Huh. That's interesting. Shoot, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, if you want to pause the video and read this, you can. 3, 2, 1. What was I gonna say? I wanted to say something. I don't quite remember what I was gonna say. Huh. Oh well, I'll remember eventually. Let's go ahead and get mechanical computing. One thing I've noticed is that a whole lot of people don't choose going down this immediately. I don't really understand why, because the fact that it pretty much helps you do everything, and you gotta do it now because, well, you know, as soon as you can, because that way you can reap the most of its benefits, such as learning things quicker. You know, it makes sense. First International Congress. I actually attended that in my Mexico Let's Play, playthrough. Let's see here. Interesting choice. They kept the old ruler, but simply made him loyal to the Entente. Let's check the... No. It's also puppeted. Anyways, I can definitely turn this country around. Especially with the given resources that I provided to myself. And no more than the resources that I provided to myself. Let's go ahead and speed up time. Okay, who? R.B. Bennett. Huh. Okay, that's good. The French and the English like me. In Canada, of course, so, like, right here. Quebec. Huh. Yeah. Yeah, I literally just got here like a month ago, so let's not commit to either side yet. Oh, what's this? Yeah, let's make the preparations for coronation. Let's draft bill C7. Let's do that. I may have to end up saving and going back because I want a specific route for Canada to take in terms of its destiny and its fate. Anyways, let's go for the good old mass combat. Alright. Yeah, let's make it a bipartisan effort. It's for the people, so it must be by the people. Okay. Huh. Okay, so I remember the Tories, and they're like the conservative people. So let's do that. It would make sense. Hold on. Okay. do concentrated. And also, let's go ahead and field hospitals. We'll need them. Also, let's check our time here real quick. Okay, 15-minute mark. If you like what you see, don't forget to like and subscribe, becoming a spark in the process, and take it easy.